Hello beautiful people, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and welcome to my new home for a long time. I have my cat, which of course makes everything better, and as always she wants attention until I pick her up. I hope you love the new background. I love it. These bookshelves are gorgeous. My room is still not fully set up, but this part is pretty much done and I am so in love with how it turned out and I'm very excited to debut it. Hopefully it is a great background for recording and you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Without further ado, because that is not what today's video is about, however, I am going to get into discussing my first and possibly last attempt at annotating. I attempted to annotate They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. It did not go very well for a couple of reasons. The first one being I did not like the book, so that probably was bad to begin with. It was probably not a great choice for a book to begin annotating with, because this was my first attempt at ever annotating outside of like a school project, so I probably should have picked a book that I actually enjoy, like Red, White, and Royal Blue. But I didn't. So mistake number one. Mistake number two, I don't actually know if I made any other mistakes or if it just wasn't for me, but I got about a chapter in terms of annotating, and then I was like, nah fam, that's it, that's enough for me. Because the first chapter I hadn't decided that I didn't like the book yet, but I was finding that it was really hard for me to actually get into the book and enjoy it while I was annotating, because I was thinking about things that I might want to take notes on instead of taking notes on things that I was thinking about, because I was putting like pressure on myself to have good annotations, if that makes sense at all. So it was really taking away from my enjoyment of the book and my immersion in the book. And I feel like that might actually be part of the reason why I ended up DNFing this book. I just didn't like it. I don't know. I also know that I have a very limited amount of reading time this month, and I knew I wouldn't read anything else if I tried to force myself to get through this one, so maybe I'll pick it up later. I don't know, but we're not here to talk about this book. We are here to talk about annotating and why I don't like it. And that right there is the primary reason. It really takes away from my immersion as the reader when I have to think about what I'm thinking about, if that makes sense, to write it down. I also did not get tabs, which might have made the process a little more fun. Who knows? But I did not do that because I am broke, because I just moved. It was not my thing. Annotating, I don't think, is gonna be my thing. I don't think it ever has been my thing. I don't think it ever will be my thing. So reading is such an individual process. Everybody reads differently and they intake their books differently. And for some people, annotating is a great tool to help them really connect with what they're reading. If you are like me and you have attempted to annotate and you have found that it is not necessarily for you, don't feel pressured to force yourself to annotate books just because that is what people in the community are doing. It does not make you less of an intellectual. It does not make you not as smart as them or not as good of a reader as them. I promise. It just means your reading style is different, and that's not necessarily conducive to how you want to digest what you are reading. That was kind of the hardest part of coming to terms with not wanting to annotate this book, because it took me a while of mentally beating myself, being like, why can't I do this? Everyone else does this. But then I sat there and I was like, but I don't want to do it. It makes reading not fun for me. And that's why we all read books, is to have fun. So if annotating is not your thing, do not beat yourself up over it, because it's not everybody's thing. If you are just reading books for fun and you don't want to take notes on those books because it takes away from your immersion in the book or your experience reading the book, then don't. It's so easy to compare yourself to other readers and other people in the book community, especially if you're active in it online like I am. It's so easy to get caught up in that, well, other people are doing it, so I should too. But reading is just such an individual experience. I definitely felt when I was reading the book that I wasn't necessarily reading it to take in what was in the book. I was reading it to find things to annotate, which again goes back to what I was saying about it taking away from my experience reading, but that's a little bit more of specifics in how that was working. I was just kind of looking for things, and then if I didn't find anything on a page, I would get mad at myself. Don't do that. This is not the video to watch if you want tips and tricks for annotating, because I have none. It's not my thing. And honestly, go for it. I'm glad that I did try it because it definitely got rid of that question in my mind of, oh, should I annotate books or would I enjoy it? And the answer is no. But if you even think you might, I do highly encourage you to go for it. It can be very fun. It looks super cool. I wish I could do it, but I can't. So I have come to terms with that fact, and I'm here to share my reasoning with you guys and hope that you can come to terms in your reading life and journeys with whether you can annotate or not. That's probably going to honestly wrap up this video. It has definitely been short and a lot of just me saying don't beat yourself up for not being like everyone else on the internet. But I think that's the point that I want to get across with this video, is that you don't have to compare yourself to others and do what they're doing to have a great reading experience. And that's the end of the story. So if you have made it this far, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video has been enlightening for you in some capacity. If you did enjoy, please subscribe for more content just like this. I post twice a week. You can also follow my Instagram for more bookish content and bullet journal content and updates about the channel. I will have that link down in the description. Please like the video because it's easy, comment because it makes me smile, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye y'all!